What's up, YuGiOh guys? Insane news today for us. We got a brand new 25th quarter century new product coming out, new dinosaurs, and a new draw 3 card. Yes, but there is going to be a catch with it, obviously. So starting right off, these are cards coming out in AC23. So starting right off, we have Drastic Draw. It's a normal spell card that says you can only activate one card with this card name per turn, and you cannot normal or special monsters the turn you activate this card, except for Cyberse monsters. So you banish all monsters you control, minimum 2, to draw 3 cards. Now, is this actually worth running? Now, you could actually do some really cool plays for certain decks that don't need to actually summon at all. There are certain decks that maybe are all spell-based, or if you're doing some sort of like cheese condition, maybe you can use like one card to special summon multiple monsters in the previous turn or on your opponent's turn, and then you get to draw multiple cards. Or if you have any like way to generate tokens, because it's all monsters you control, right? So I was thinking some decks that can make some sort of benefit off of this. Anything that can get a effect when it's banished anyways. But remember, you cannot normal or special summon when you go for this, the turn, except for Cyberse monster. So is there any Cyberse archetype that really benefits off of banishing? Let me know down below. Or if any other archetypes or weird win conditions, whether it's some sort of stall or like, I don't know, I'm thinking like along the lines of decks that have like lingering like tokens that it doesn't really matter, right? But nonetheless, that is that card. Next up that we have Transaction Rollback. This is a normal trap card that says you can only use one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn only once that turn. So the first part is to pay half of your life points, then target one normal trap in your opponent's graveyard except for Transition Rollback. This effect becomes that trap card's effect when that card is activated. You can banish this card from your graveyard and pay half your life points, then target one normal trap card in your graveyard except for Transition Rollback. This effect becomes that trap card's effect when that card is activated. Oh, okay. That's a very interesting effect. I don't know if people are going to be using it. It does pay half your life points, and it has to be a normal trap card. It's very, very conditional, but if you can get both the effects, maybe you can get a win off. I don't think that card's going to see too much play, though. Maybe in the side deck. Next up, though, we have Code Hack, which is a continuous trap card that says Cyberse Link monsters you control cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. First part of the effect is, once per turn during the battle step, if your monster battles an opponent's monster, you can change that opponent's monster's attack to 0 until the end of this turn. And if you do, neither monster can be destroyed by that battle. Also, neither player takes battle damage from that battle. The third part is, when your opponent activates a card or effect during the damage step while your code talker monster attacks, you can banish this card from your graveyard and negate the activation. If you do, the attacking monster gains 700 attack. I mean, very, very conditional again. I think the first card has definitely some potential. I mean, anything with draw 3, someone's going to figure something out. It's too good, right? So this is announcement. This is just going to be a quick one. This is an AC03. So they're getting a lot of really cool reprints, and specifically we get a new art on Junk Warrior. It looks like it's one of those like prismatic secret rares. Then we got Doppel Warrior, Jet Synchron, Satellite Synchron, Desynchro, and Synchro Chase. So this could be just a hint. Sometimes when they do reprint certain things, it does give us a hint that like basically this archetype is getting more support. So that'll be kind of cool. Junk was all about getting a bunch of smaller monsters that would boost up your stats of like the bigger monster. But is it still viable in 2023? Not too viable. Okay, so this is an Animation Chronicle 2023. These are the reveals. So it appears behind the alternate artwork of Junk Warrior on the pack, because this is what was released. This is Animation Chronicle 2023. So we have confirmation of certain archetypes, perhaps Earthbound Servant Geogracia, Waking the Dragon Dinosaurs Colorless, Chaos King Dark World, Yusei Combat Wheel, and Yanagi's Treasure, and V-Rains is a hot dog a sandwich. Okay, this is just memes. I don't know what the heck that is. But we do have some of the other cards here. So this is an AC 03 or AC23 over here. I think it's AC03, at least via the artwork. Anyways, more new YuGiOh cards at the end of the day. We have Ashoka Pillar. So this is a Earth Rock effect, level 3, 0 attack, 2200 defense points, and it says you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. The first part is, if this card is summoned, you get to add an equipped spell from your deck to your hand. Then, if this card is in attack position, change it to defense position. Second part is, if this card is destroyed by battle by card effect, you take 2000 damage. What? Okay, so but it is taking damage, not paying life points. So you can maybe do some really weird like reverse, or when you take some sort of damage, your opponent also takes double. This could be weird for this part of the effect, but this part of the effect is still technically not that bad. I mean, you could literally summon it, go for, what is it, Moon Mirror Shield, and then you're running over pretty much everything. Interesting card effect at the end of the day, but there is maybe a downside, maybe an upside with it. Very weird card. Next up, though, we have the Cabrera Stone. Oh, is this Chronomalies? Anyways, Cabrera Stone. Earth, Rock, effect, level 1/0/0. Says you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. So if this card is summoned, you get to add 1 triangle O from your deck to your hand. Then, if this card is in attack position, change it to defense position. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you take 1,000 damage. So, if you have Primeteal Dragon or there's like any reverse burn, maybe you can do something weird with it, but I don't know. Let's see. So here is Triangle card O, the card that the other one searches out. So this is a normal spell card that says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name per turn, only once that turn. The first part of it says if you control a Crystal Skull, Ashoka Pillar, and Cabrera Stone, destroy all cards on the field. Also, this turn your opponent takes any effect damage you would have taken instead. Okay, so I guess the idea is to just pop your own cards via card effects after getting off this combo, and then you can maybe OTK them. The second part is you can banish this card from your graveyard, target a Crystal Skull, Ashoka Pillar, and Cabrera Stone in your graveyard, shuffle them to deck, and then draw 3. Ooh, another draw 3. Okay. So next up, though, we have the Totem Pole. So it's a continuous trap card that says your opponent cannot target rock monsters you control with 0 original attack with card effects. Once per battle, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can negate the attack and then place 1 counter on this card. The third part of it says if this card has 3 counters, send it to the graveyard. The fourth part says if you have 3 or more monsters with 0 attack and different names in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Any effect damage your opponent takes this turn is doubled. Okay, so I see what they're trying to do. So in total right now, if you get off both the effects, you have a 1,000 and a 2,000, okay? So this is 3,000, and if you double it, you can maybe do 6,000 points of damage. Is that enough? It's close to making a game, but are both of the effects only once per turn? The first part is once per turn. Okay, so the first effect of the card's name. So if you have multiple of these, okay, and I'm trying to think if you can, like, if you can convert them to machine and do, like, a machine dupe or something, and you can just bring out multiple of these and just OTK, FTK your opponent, maybe that could be kind of an option. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of. I don't know, is it supposed to be a Totem Pole deck? I don't know what these are supposed to go on. I thought it was Chronomalies via, like, the Crystal Skull here, but I got no idea. Next up, though, we've got more cards. This is Combat Wheel, again, AC03. So this is Combat Wheel. It's a new Synchro monster. It's Earth Machine Synchro effect. Level 6, 2,500 attack, 1,200 defense points, and its requirements are 1 tuner plus 1 plus non-tuner monsters. And it says, the first time this card will be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, each turn it is not destroyed. Second part is, once per opponent's battle phase, as a quick effect, you can discard 1 card. This card gains attack equal to half of the total attack of all other face-up monsters you currently control. Then place 1 counter on this card. Also, your opponent's monsters cannot attack monsters for attacks this turn, except for this one. And then the third part is, if this card with a counter is destroyed by battle, destroy all monsters you control. Okay. Now, I forgot if this does work. There is that card that gains like 10,000 attack during the battle phase, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? It's like Armatile, the Chaos. Is someone going to try to do something cheesy with it? Maybe, but I still think that it's a skip for me as far as I'm aware of, unless there's some cool combo. You guys let me know with Combat Wheel. Next up, though, this is what I'm excited about, the Dinosaurs. So, Ketoptera is the name of it. It's a wind dinosaur, and it's a level 4, 1,400 attack, 1,000 defense points, and it says you can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is, if your opponent controls 2 or more non-wind face-up monsters, this card cannot, those monsters cannot target this card for attacks. Okay. The second part is, during your main phase, you can add a polymerization from your deck to your hand. Okay, during your main phase. Okay, potential. Third part is, if this card becomes banished, you can special summon it, then you can add a polymerization from your graveyard to your hand. Whoa, super poly. Okay, I'm gonna test it out. You guys know I'm still, right now, Dinosaur is still one of my favorite decks, even though I know it's not the best, but I've always really liked super poly, so has some potential. Next up, though, we have Horned Saurus. This is a dark dinosaur fusion effect, level 6, 2,000 attack, 1,800 defense points. Requires Ketoptera plus 1 dinosaur or dragon monster. And it says you can only use the first and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is, if this card is fusion summoned, you get to place 1 field spell from your deck or graveyard face up in your field zone. Wow, that is absolutely amazing. Obviously, Lost World. And the second part is, it can attack directly the turn it spells them. Okay, that's whatever. The third part of the effect is, during your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 dinosaur or a dragon monster. Wow, this actually becomes super, super good. Dinosaurs are actually looking really good with this, and I can tell you for sure, this is definitely, it's just all around pretty solid. Not every dinosaur deck needs to play it, but at least because you get the additional summon, then you go Oviraptor. Because I was thinking, like, then I have to special summon this card. It's going to be a little bit rough, but now, I like it. It's pretty good. This part of the effect doesn't really make too much sense to me, but I'll take an effect over not having an effect. Next up, though, we got a colorless Chaos King of Dark World. Wait, this is a Dark World card? So it's colorless Chaos King of Dark World. Okay, so it's a new Dark World, I guess. So it's a level 12 Dark Fiend Fusion effect monster, attack and defense or question mark, and it requires materials Rainbow of Overlord of Dark World plus 2 fiend monsters. And it says, if this card is fusion summoned, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. It's not too bad. It's like a JD when it comes out. No pay 1,000 though. And the second part is, this card's original attack and defense become the number of fusion materials used for its fusion summon times 1,000. Okay. And so, at default, it would be like 3,000. And the third part is, once per turn, as a quick effect, you target one face-up card you control, discard one card, and if you do, your opponent cannot target that card with effects this turn. Okay, that's not too bad. Actually very, very usable and viable. The artwork on this card is pretty dang cool, too. Alright, so now we have some information about the YuGiOh 25th Quarter Century. So, it's basically going over the most important things. Is this could be just basically a bunch of fan favorite cards. We see on the box Dark Magician, Exodia, Red Eyes, there's Crystal Beast, Cyber Dragon, and Heroes. And then looks like we have Firewall Dragon and, oh, I don't know what that card is. Someone let me know down below. What is that card? Maybe, oh, is it Salamangreat Great? Is that what that card is? And so, included with each tin. So, it says the following cards can be confirmed as a variant. So maybe you get like one special card. I don't know. But it's basically a hint towards the 25th Quarter Century. So it looks like it's more for nostalgia / collectors. But maybe there's going to be some super sought after card on it. Usually there's going to be some sort of like card that will be the chase card out of it. You guys guess down below what's going to be the chase card in the 25th Quarter Century. And I will cover, of course, what's inside this box when we get more news in the future. So if this is your first time here and you do want to see it, make sure you're sub with the bell notification on it and you'll definitely see it. But take care and let me know your thoughts on any of the cards. Peace out, guys.